Hey guys, welcome back to my studio. I am so happy to be back in front of this camera with you guys, smiling and not hiding my face. And to celebrate, I am going to be showing you how I am going to change up my front door this year. I usually have a traditional beautiful wreath that I like to put on there, and don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous, but I am kind of over the wreath. I think it's been overplayed. It's time for something new, fresh, and different, and I know exactly what I want to do. The best part is it can be made for pennies on the dollar, if not free. In fact, I'm making mine for free, and I'm going to show you how. The very first thing that you need to do is you need to get yourself a pair of ice skates, preferably women's ice skates that are white. Now, I happened to luck out and get this pair of skates completely for free. I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and they're just basic white ice skates. Nothing spectacular. They're in a children's size with their white laces, but I am going to take this boring old ordinary ice skate and I am going to make it something spectacular for my front door, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And I am going to do this using only things that I already have on hand. I am not going out to buy any supplies. I'm going to use what I have right here in my studio, and by doing that, I'm going to be able to create something amazing for my front door. And let's get down to business. I happen to have a bunch of ribbon. It is something I love to keep on hand. I have super pretty, fun chick ribbon, and I love wire ribbon. This is a wire ribbon. I have this really fun Christmas tree, this gorgeous, gorgeous barn. This is one of my favorite ribbons. I love that. I think it's so pretty. I have my ticking, basic burlaps and sparkles, and I have twines and jute, anything you can possibly think of, yarns. But I also happen to have a ton of this red ribbon. I must have bought it on clearance because I literally have a ton of it. So I am going to use this gorgeous red ribbon, and we are going to lace our skates with that. Before we do this, I also need to attach my two skates together the way I want them to hang. The way I want them to hang is kind of in that fashion, one down and one like that. To actually use one of these white natural cotton pieces, because you won't be able to see them as much. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut me a piece of that and use that to attach my skates like that. A little bit of this natural one. And alright, so what I did is I cut my loop and I went into the third from the bottom up. Then I also went into the top. So to hang this, I'm just going to use some pretty, very small, very pretty red and green ribbon. And I'm actually going to put this in the backside grommet. So that is the top grommet here on the back skate, the skate that will sit on the back of my door. You're just going to make a loop knot at the top, so when they hang, They will hang like that against the door. And now it's time to add this beautiful red ribbon right into the skates. We are going to lace this right up. This wide ribbon is going to be super hard to get through these little holes, even though it's wired, so I'm going to show you an awesome tip to remember. If you have to use a wide ribbon that you need to be totally tiny and stay tiny, then what you need to do is use some tape. You're literally just going to take a piece off, take your wire, put it together. This really doesn't matter, this neatness, nothing. You just want to make it tiny tight. And then you want to put this around there, and you want to wrap this really tight, like as tight as you can. And I like to wrap it like up the end so it even comes off the end and creates like this point. See, like this really good point right there, because that's going to be just awesome for doing this. So you just want to do that on both sides. That is an awesome trick and technique, and it's going to make lacing these so much easier. All right, our ends are done. Let's get to lacing these, shall we? There is a lot of red happening on these skates right now, so now we need to bring in some green to these skates, and I'm going to do that by tucking in with some picks that I have. And I happen to buy my picks at the end of every season when they're on absolute insane clearance, and that's how I am able to keep a very nicely stocked studio room where I can do crafts on whims like this. And it's perfect. So let's find some greens to get into these skates and give it some more color. So I buy floral picks as they are on sale. Michael's and Hobby Lobby has great sales usually all the time with their floral picks. So I always have floral picks on hand, and I have a ton to choose from for this. So this is going to be easy. So you could do the winter branch up there. Keep it small and simple. Put some holly down here. A few little pieces. And you could finish with this darling little piece. Just like that. How beautiful is that? these came out absolutely gorgeous. I love them. You could add anything you wanted to this skate. You could put jingle bells on it. It would look adorable with jingle bells. You could even make a little bird's nest if you wanted in there, or fill them with twigs from outside. And if you don't have any picks lying around, you can literally rely on Mother Nature to supply you with endless choices of greens that you could pop right in here. No problem at all. And if you happen to think like the red is too much with the laces, do whatever color you want. You can use a thinner ribbon, a thicker ribbon. You could use white. I have white tulle. I thought about using that. I'm going to be using it on another project because I have more skates and there's more things you can do with them. But it's endless. I mean, look at how different that looks with a white lace as opposed to with the red laces. Now, I love the red laces because it does give it that great pop of color off of the white, and it looks fabulous with the greens. So, this is going to be my new front door centerpiece for this season. I just personally think that this came out amazing, and I really, really love it, and I cannot wait to actually see this on my front door and not hanging in my studio, even though it's gorgeous. Well, thank you for joining me for my first time back since I've had my new smile put back in from my barn accident. If you are unfamiliar with that, I actually fell in my barn about almost 2 months ago now. I knocked out a lot of teeth. Not all, but a lot. And I've had them fixed, and they did an amazing job, and I am so grateful and so happy and so blessed to be back here with all of you amazing, wonderful people. I will never take the smile for granted again. Don't ever take yours for granted either. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today as we put together a different front door centerpiece. I go the traditional wreath route when you can do something a little bit more. And like I said, you can pick these skates up at estate sales, yard sales, secondhand stores. I mean, super cheap, 50 cents, $1. These were free on Marketplace. I guarantee you could find a pair free as well. So it was so much fun to put this gorgeous thing together for $0 using everything that I already had right here in my studio. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I make a new video every week and you never know what it's going to be about. But one thing's for sure, it is always about curating my handmade home one day at a time. You can also hit that bell and you'll be notified every time I upload new content, and you'll never miss great ideas such as this, or maybe an awesome recipe. Who knows what it's going to be about? I never know. Actually, I do know. You have to wait to find out till next time. So again, thank you so much for joining me today. I am so happy to be back in front of you guys, smiling, and I cannot wait to see you again real soon. If you like what you saw today, please give me a thumbs up. That just helps keep the content relevant and others find my channel a little bit easier. Let's share all of this fun DIY knowledge with each other. I love to learn from you guys, and I hope you love to learn from me as well. As always, thank you so much for stopping by my homestead, or today, my studio, as we put together this amazing front door centerpiece for the holidays. And the best part about this is it's not a Christmas centerpiece. This will last the whole winter season on my front door, and I don't have to worry about changing it until springtime. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye.